What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for my weekly portfolio update. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that bell icon. I don't want you to miss any new content. So this week I was able to deposit $590 into the account. So you can see my account is now sitting at just over $16,200. As you can see here, $16,284 even. I received four dividend payments this week. And I bought quite a few things with the money that I deposited, including a new position. And this new position is one that I've had on my watch list for a while. I know I've been kind of teasing you guys with the last couple of videos that there may be one or two couple new positions coming. I figure with the money that I'm not spending on Tesla and some of these other ones that it's freeing up the cash to go and buy the companies that I really want. So I went ahead and took care of that. And I'll cover that more in a minute. So this upcoming week, I'm actually going to be on vacation, so no work. I'm going to spend some much needed time with the family and not think about work for a minute. But when I can get away, I'm going to spend some time trying to just dollar cost average and try to, even out some of the positions that may be lagging behind, as well as I'm expected to receive 3 more dividend payments this week. So you'll have to stay tuned for next week's video to figure all that out. So let's jump over to the spreadsheet and I'll show you what I've been up to. All right, so taking a look at the spreadsheet, can be quite a few things to show you guys and cover, at least for what I did this week. Take a look at the 365 history over here. You can see quite a few more greens. There's still a few reds here and there, but it's okay. The reds, like I said last week, these present buying opportunities for me. Green, dollar cost average kind of thing, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking to do in at least the last couple weeks and maybe a couple weeks going forward. Really try to focus a little bit more on the reds and then dollar cost into the greens. So you'll probably notice here the new position, WMT is the ticker symbol, Walmart. So it's been on my list for a while. I was thinking about getting into this before they had the stock split, and I didn't. I just continued to watch. But now after the split, it's down into a more reasonable range for an average person such as myself, as opposed to the $200 something per share. So at $60 per share, I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and get this one going. So I bought almost a share and a half here. And before kind of getting into this position, a lot of research done. There was a lot of buy ratings or strong buy signals, things like that from a lot of analysts in different places that I do my research from. So decided why not? As always with some of the other ones that I buy, Walmart is a company that I don't see going anywhere anytime soon. Even through recessions and things like that, I think they will still be around. So be a good company to have. Doesn't necessarily a big dividend payer. Probably not the best as far as the growth is concerned, but it's going to be consistent, and that's what I'm looking for. They just steady incremental income over time. So it was good to add to the portfolio. So like I said, I only added the 1.4 shares. So let me know what you guys think. If any of you guys have Walmart, how it's been treating you. Obviously, there was the I believe it was a 3-for-1 stock split. So I'm looking to get into it now. Watch it rise, potentially go to another split and be fantastic. That'd be great. So go down the column. See, I added just one full share of SCHD. I believe the ex-dividend date's coming up, so I wanted to try to get into that. It pays at the end of the month, but I believe the ex-dividend date here is possibly next week. I'd have to double check on that. I'll put it on the screen for you. 2.67 shares of JEPI. This is straight just from the drip. Some dividends I received this week. We'll cover more on that in a minute. With O, just picked up one more full share of that. Just simply dollar cost averaging while it's still down a bit. Try to bring my average cost basis down. So with Tesla, you can see, I didn't pick up a thing. I did receive the dividend payment. It just hasn't funded yet, and it hasn't been reinvested. So I'll probably let that reinvest. Kind of twofold. One, hopefully to help with next month's dividend payment, but as well as try to bring that dollar cost down a little bit. At least my play with Tesla, and I'll cover this more here in a minute, is basically just to kind of work with it until I can either recoup where it's been down or get close enough where I can kind of cut ties with it and just be done. Like I said, when I first got into this, it was kind of an experiment. So far, the experiment's not really working. I mean, it's great to see some of the dividend income coming in, but at what cost? So we'll cover more on that in a minute. I don't want to get too long-winded there. So bought one full share of Altria Group. I see QQQ and JEPY. This is just strictly from the drip, from the dividends I received for this month. Johnson & Johnson, I received, I believe it was 60 cents on the dividend, just with what I have. As far as Fidelity is concerned, I can't reinvest less than $1, so I put about $10 in. So this 0.062 shares is the dividend plus the remaining to get it up to $10. So basically just dollar cost averaging there. Just under a quarter share of Colgate-Palmolive. Picked up a little over 1.2 shares of Starbucks. See, they're down a little bit right now. So again, just adding to the position. Almost a share and 3/4 here of Vici, just trying to build it up. And of course, the 1.4 shares of Walmart. So that will round out what I've got for the week. Quite a few things added. Again, a new position. Really trying to build up the portfolio. So moving on. So you can see again, quite a few greens, quite a few reds. Tesla being down, even with the dividends that I received, I'm still down on the position $200. So overall, is still kind of buying opportunity. So you see here was green, it was up at least for the trading day Friday. So these columns here do represent just the individual day for Friday. These ones over here on the right of the screen is going to be the overall portfolio. So quite a bit down. You see Coke is kind of up and down, but only down 20 cents on ABR, down $1. Being Tesla is the one that's really needs to start pulling its weight. And so with this one, my play is basically, I'll reinvest the dividends for now, kind of just try to keep an eye on this. I don't think it's going to come up anytime soon as fast as it's going down. Really just depends on what Tesla's got going on. But hopefully with some of the dividends and whatnot, I can try to recoup as much of this as possible. The closer I can get it back to zero, then I'll just cut ties with it and be done and move on and dump that money into, some of the other companies that I picked up, things that I want to hold more long term, and kind of get out of the experimental phase, so to speak. So same thing with QQQY and JEPY. I mean, I'm up on the position only because of the dividends, but overall you could see 8%, 4% down, just on the underlying position there. So, and then down Vici, Starbucks, and Walmart, down 22 cents on Walmart, a couple of bucks here and there. So as far as where I'm sitting with those, I'm not entirely too worried. I just got into these positions. They're going to be around for a little while. So you see, I kind of added something new to this one. I've had this on another tab, and just never really gave it another thought. And then I was looking at it, and I decided I'd add it here. Just kind of puts everything we just looked at into perspective on the bar graph here, so you can kind of see which ones really are suffering and which is doing relatively well. And you can see so far things are doing pretty good. A couple dogs here and there, but overall not too bad. So let me know what you guys think of that. So come over to the calendar, a couple of dividends received this week. So we'll start off here with JEPY at the $15.17. Obviously a little higher than last month by 10 cents, but their distribution or whatnot this past month seems to be a little on the low side, just as it was in February. So, but we're going to continue to reinvest those dividends into that one. So $43.79 received from Tesla. And this one just hasn't been reinvested yet, so no new shares or anything on that. So we won't really cover more on that. I've kind of spoken my piece there with Tesla. $11.70 from QQQY. Again, up from the month prior by 10 cents. And call this about 50 cents or so on JEPY, so JEPY. So either way, you can still see, even with Tesla, what's going on with Tesla and everything else, month over month, these are still increasing. So that's a good thing to see. I'm just not putting any money into Tesla. I'm just going to let it do its own thing, as well as these ones here, until I decide I'm going to cut ties with those. So, and then of course I got the Johnson & Johnson. So this upcoming week, I've got 3 more expected. I believe it's going to be, I believe Target was one of them, and possibly ABR. I'll have to double check. But yeah, I got 3 more payments coming this week. So if you jump over right now, I'm averaging about $90 per month. And all these figures here on the right, if you're new to the channel, this is just strictly for this year. So I'm not worried about what I did last year as far as these boxes here. So it's $3 per day or 2 cents an hour off the 21 holdings that I have now. So far, total for the month, I'm up to $78.51. So these will get updated here. This was factoring in with where Tesla was, and now that I've got the dividend today, obviously that needs to come down a bit. So we'll get those updated here once the dividend tracking app that I use gets the figures in line. So 78.51, so brings the total for the year up to $272.23. You can see basically here those numbers in the chart. So expecting this month to be the highest one. Got the pie charts all updated. If you guys want to take a look here, see I'm adding quite a few different holdings into the Roth. That's where I'm putting most of the money. So consumer staples still holds the top spot as far as the sectors and industry. So goals for the year, I am now less than a share from hitting my 2023 goal, which is why this is still titled 2023, because I do have these ones from last year that I need to finish off before I can put them to bed, kind of thing, so to speak, for a goal. But less than a share. So hopefully with the dividend I'll receive at the end of the month, plus some dollar cost averaging in the next couple of weeks, this should be checked off and done. And I can focus onto the 2024 goals, and I will rename the chart because these goals will be strictly here, and the other three will be met for last year. So for 2024, I'm still working on trying to get to 50 shares of Altria, the 40 shares of Colgate-Palmolive. And the only reason I put 40 there is because this was kind of a late entry. This was just added a few weeks ago, so give myself a little bit of leeway with the time I didn't have this for the year, as well as the 20 shares of Pepsi. So account value, and this was at the end of February, it was at $15,754, with my goal trying to hit 25 grand into the account by the end of the year. You can see I'm over 16 now, so but by the end of March we'll get that updated. I only update this monthly, kind of see where things are going. So moving along, so 272.23 for the quarter. Still got a couple weeks left for the quarter, and you can see it's already the highest quarter that I've ever had, which is great. Let this be kind of motivation for a lot of you guys that are kind of in the same situation or same boat that I am. You know, a smaller account, you know, having to work the overtime, putting in what you can, you know, don't have thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the account to play with. You know, just know that whatever money you put in there, things will grow. Put in the work, do what you need to do. You know, even if it's 20 bucks, that 20 bucks will become something, but you got to start somewhere. So if you look at my first quarter when I started last year doing any of this, I received $11 for the quarter. So now the first quarter of this year, you can say I'm already up to $272 kind of thing. It's, you know, awesome to see the growth, awesome to see the numbers, you know, and if I keep plugging away and trying to be as aggressive as I can only imagine what quarter in 2025 will be, and then in 2026. But that's the motivation for you guys. That's the things that you guys need to be able to see and have that vision is just knowing that even with a little bit, it will become something. You just got to get it going. So quarterly, yeah, basically just what we talked about with the chart there. Yearly, same thing. And I'm almost at what I received the entire year last year. Hopefully that will be pretty close once the quarter ends, right? And I'll still have 3 quarters of the year left. I mean, that to me is just mind-boggling that you can do that with that amount of time. So $627 received in total dividends, and this is total, counting all of last year, everything that I've been doing, which is an average of $44.80. So moving along, projected income for the year. Now that we got Walmart in there, you can kind of see obviously Tesla's still expected to receive a lot. We'll see how this is going to play out if I get rid of this relatively soon. It just depends on how fast I can try to recoup some of those losses. But again, it all depends on Tesla. So same thing here. This is just the trend line, you know, being that way just started with this month. Naturally, the trend line is going to be down. But once I start receiving those other payments, this mountain or this spike here is going to reset itself here. So, and then the trend line will go back up. But this trend line is just good to see. Like, I like to look at it just knowing, okay, up, down, which way am I going with things. So portfolio value, we'll get it updated again at the end of March, but you can see the nice cadence, nice staircase of growth. And that's really what I'm trying to do and what I'm looking for. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Please leave a comment below. Pretty busy week, you know, with the portfolio. instead of trying to put all these different, you know, whether they're fractional shares or full shares into the account, but just trying to get them there. Again, time in the market, time in the market. Let them sit there. Let them, start cooking together and become what they're going to become. So if you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button. Please support the channel. I try to show you guys what I'm working on every week so that you guys can see, from somebody in my shoes and my situation with a smaller account, what can be accomplished. Hopefully that'll inspire you guys with your account. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's video. I will catch you guys next week. Happy investing.